The millionaire returned from a business trip early, intending to surprise his daughter and take her out. However, the moment he opened the front door to his stepmother's private residence, the sight within the luxurious apartment left him deeply unsettled. He immediately rushed towards his daughter's bedroom and was left aghast by what he saw. William Sterling stood before the entrance of the upscale Soho condominium, a private space he had generously gifted Jessica upon their marriage, acquiescing to her wish for an artistic retreat whenever his extensive business travel took him far away. Today, William had returned 2 days ahead of schedule, clutching a velvet-wrapped gift box containing a limited-edition collectible doll from London for his young daughter Lily. He had tried calling Jessica 5 times, only to be met with the cold, automated tone of her voicemail. Assuming his wife might be busy getting Lily ready or perhaps taking a long bath, William decided against waiting. He retrieved the spare key he always carried and slipped it into the lock. The heavy wooden door swung inward with a dry click. However, the enthusiastic smile on the father's face evaporated the instant he stepped into the main foyer. The air in the apartment was frigid, chilled by the air conditioning set to the lowest temperature. But what stopped William in his tracks was a strange odor permeating the space. It was decidedly not the scent of the lavender candles Jessica often boasted about. Instead, it was a thick, nauseating mix of stale, soured, sparkling wine, heavy tobacco smoke, and the lingering trace of inexpensive perfume, the unmistakable signature of a disbanded celebration. William frowned and walked into the living room. The scene before him resembled a chaotic aftermath. Silk pillows were strewn about haphazardly, next to empty bottles of spirits scattered across the expensive hardwood floor. Lying amidst the disarray was Jessica. She was face down on the sofa, her dress askew, her blonde hair tangled and falling across her face. Her labored breathing, heavy with the aroma of alcohol, indicated she was deep in a stupor, completely inert after the previous night's escapade. Perhaps in her daze, Jessica was under the impression that the hourly cleaning service would arrive, wake Lily, and take the little girl out as usual, leaving her to sleep soundly oblivious to the world around her. William shook his head in weary disappointment, suppressing a frustrated sigh. Rather than waking his wife to listen to her hollow excuses, he decided to retrieve his daughter himself and depart from this mess as soon as possible. He strode quickly toward the secondary bedroom at the end of the hall, the room designated for Lily whenever she stayed here with her stepmother. Yet his steps faltered as his gaze landed on the bedroom door. A shiny metal safety latch was secured tightly from the outside. William froze. This was the type of secure fastening he had installed on storage closets to deter unauthorized entry, not one meant to turn a 5-year-old child's bedroom into an isolated island, effectively containing the occupant within. Lily William called out softly, his hand trembling as he forcefully pulled back the latch and pushed the door open. Immediately, darkness surged out, enveloping him as the room's blackout curtains were drawn shut. Along with the darkness came a suffocating, airless atmosphere, tinged with the acidic smell of unattended distress, a clear sign that the housekeepers Jessica had supposedly relied upon hadn't set foot in here for a long time. Without hesitation, William reached in and flipped the light switch. The dim yellow light that flooded the room then exposed a scene that made the father's heart constrict painfully. Lily was not lying in her soft bed. The little girl was curled up tightly on the cold hardwood floor in the corner of the room, her small body trembling uncontrollably. Forgetting his usual fastidiousness, William hastily tossed his briefcase and the gift box aside and rushed over, dropping to one knee on the floor. He bent down, supporting his daughter's shoulder, and realized with horror that her skin was burning hot from a raging fever consuming her frail body. "It's Daddy. Daddy's home, Lily," William whispered, his voice cracking with distress. In response, Lily's deep, dark-circled eyes struggled to flutter open. She looked at her father, but her gaze was dull, lacking its usual youthful spark. While Lily's small hands clutched her swollen lower abdomen, her chapped lips only managed a silent movement. Gathering the last of her energy, the little girl leaned towards William, her weak fingers clinging to the lapel of his dress shirt as tears streamed from her dry eyes. "It hurts. My tummy hurts so much. It's cramping," Lily uttered faintly, her breath coming in ragged gasps, each word seemingly draining the last vestiges of her strength. "Lily, sweetie, calm down. Look at Daddy." William frantically patted his daughter's cheek, his hands shaking violently. The moment her tiny body went limp in his arms, the dark memory of 3 years prior came rushing back, crushing his heart. It was the image of his late wife taking her final breaths due to a grave illness, leaving him with one sole instruction: protect Lily. Yet that promise was now shattering before his eyes, thanks to his own callousness and blind trust, which had pushed his precious daughter to the brink of disaster. Responding to William's panicked call, Lily stirred and woke up slightly. However, instead of feeling safe, her eyes widened in terror as she saw the bedroom door wide open, allowing the light from the hallway to stream in.